All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we like to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listen learning in the Bayah Shetabadat, the house of David. I'm Ayah Shetab.
I'm correct.
I'm Kalon.
Coming to you through the will and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right. This is Men of Valor Las Vegas Camp on a Passover video. All right. Just going into the Passover. All right. And what it really takes, all right, in the mindset that you should be in going into the Passover, all right? If you don't know, the Passover is this month, all right? It will be on the 5th, so it would be Sunday sundown, all right? Sunday sundown would be the Passover, all right? And to rehearse the righteous acts and to to do the ceremony, all right? And once again, to rehearse those righteous acts and what the mindset you need to be in to do it, as a solid assembly, all right?
Solemn.
So lucky. I said solid, solemn assembly, all right? But you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, and you speckled birds, all right, whose father's line goes back, right, who are worthy. Abaratazah, we who are of the multitude of the 1/3, the 144,000, and the multitude of the 1/3, partaking in that sacrifice, all right, partaking in that covenant unto Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, all right, and starting with the men of Israel, all right, once again, the first and foremost, the 144,000 elect men of Israel, all right, but without further ado, all right, we're going to go ahead and get into the scriptures, and once again, the salvation is for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you Seminole Indians. All right, and only 1/3 of the nation of Israel is going to be able to receive it. Okay, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the scripts.
Exodus 12.
We're going to start at Matthew, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure.
Yeah, I got it. This is Matthew 26 and 2. This is Matthew 26 and 2. It says, "Ye know that after 2 days is the feast of the Passover, and the Son of Man is betrayed to be crucified."
Right. The Son of Man was Yahweh Shai. All right. He was crucified. He was crucified for the sins of the nation of Israel. All right. In its entirety. But first and foremost, he got up on the cross for the 144,000 elect men. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then the restitute of the 1/3, and then the rest of the nation of Israel. Okay, and we don't discount Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's blood, but everything's done decency and order. All right, and that's the order of these things. All right, because as he had told his disciples, all right.
All right, and he told them that after the Passover, he was going to be crucified. He let them know that which I just read was in red letter. Meaning that Yahweh Shai spoke it.
Right. And so if he spoke it, it's going to come to pass.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai did not mean that they should lie. All right.
Exodus 12 and 11. "And this shall ye eat it with your loins girded.
With your loins.
Loins girded. Your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand. And ye shall eat it in haste. And it is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Passover."
Right. So this is not a regular meal. Right. This is not a feast festival meal where you sit down, you season the food, right? You call, you invite people over and everything. Yeah. You only invite those of the body, the men of the body of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and not every brother that says he's a brother. All right, this is that close knit, tight circle.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
if you look into the Hebrew word for solemn, if you go into one of the root words, it goes into closed or shut in.
God. So that's that closed quarters. All right, This is for those men, all right, who labor together. All right, those men who do the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
It's a serious affair.
Right. And why was it said to be eaten in haste? All right. Why was this meal, the first Passover, to be eaten in haste? Well, because you knew that Pharaoh was going to be
We on the run.
riding on your ass soon.
Right.
And it was going to be go time after that death angel went and smite the firstborn.
God. Hey, and we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, hey, now is a time of haste. All right, we're hastening the time of Yahweh Shai's return. All right, but even if this is the year that Abaratazah Yahweh Hashem Yahushai fulfills all prophecy. All right, but even if it's not directly after Passover, we see these things building up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If it's not this Passover, hey, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai continues and makes it next Passover. All right? We have no idea. We know not the time nor day, but this is a rehearsing of the righteous acts. All right? And that's why it said in haste. Because no man knoweth the hour that Yahweh sent his only begotten son back. All right? He said he will come as a thief in the night. So basically, be prepared.
Right.
All right? And be ready. No, go ahead.
Yeah, and I was watching the elders in GMS Dallas, from their previous camp, and they were saying that, haste also means, to make yourself ready. So we're making ourselves ready for the second coming of Yahweh Shai, all right, as those 5 wise virgins,
Right. This is not a time to be taken lightly.
Yeah.
All right. A lot of judgment goes out around this time, even more so.
Yeah, preparing yourselves for that hour, temptation, Jacob's trouble, when those trials, the trials ahead, that are which to come, prophecies to unfold in 2nd Esdras 15 and 16,
Right. Hey, and this is like the brother was just talking about, the death angel. All right. Knowing that, hey, through the spirit, that is Yahweh Shai, all right? That was him jumping up off of the throne, all right? But nevertheless, hey, that was a time of what? That was a time of judgment, all right? Smiting the firstborn,
right?
Okay? So, hey, judgment and mercy.
Connor, with the apostles going to last year, Passover, their Passover lesson was all 2nd Esdras 15.
Right.
Yep. And, now we're seeing these, these other camps, we've had an influx of camps, now, being revealed, what their true spirit is.
Connor.
Yeah.
And they sifting themselves out.
Right.
You could tell by the spirit that's on them, or the elect can tell by the spirit that's on them, because they coming out of those camps.
Right. Hey, Passover is not that party and bullshit spirit that a lot of these jakes are into.
Fashion shows.
Right. Yeah, spirit. Fashion shows. Spirit fashion shows.
Events and
like,
all kinds of crazy.
All kinds
folly.
of wicked abominations.
Right. It was a few years ago, you got that ISUPK video.
Cookout.
Was that
fireworks?
Yeah, they had a cookout.
That was Sakari.
Selling.
They had the bottle service strippers.
Right. Selling bracelets and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, is it not the Sabbath day? All right, you over here making merchandise of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai on a high holy day.
Right.
Like, come on now.
Right.
And you're on top of it. You even you didn't even do it in the spirit of tithing. All right, you probably did it in knowing the spirit the carnality that showed on you. All right, hey, you were doing it for filthy lucre's sake.
Mm-hmm. Get this money.
All right, it was an opportunity for you. You were an opportunist, but nevertheless, we're gonna keep on going through the spirit. It's just, hey, that's not the spirit to be in. All right. All right. Luke.
Yeah.
It's a more serious account to be ready, so
Right.
you don't get. But the worldly term, stay ready, so you don't have to get ready.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is, when you partake in the Passover, you affirming those vows, the covenant, all right, being a part of this ministry,
Right.
all right.
It's a
Hey,
serious
and
account.
Salakia, for you Jakes who are new watching the videos and everything, hey, this Passover is nothing to be played with. All right? If you're not doing the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, all right, you're not out on the highways and byways, or you're not being a help
Right.
unto the prophets, you're not in your lot.
Right. You're not a sincere believer,
Right. If you're
because
still on the fence.
you could be a believer and you don't know. Not everybody's a prophet,
Right.
but if you're not a sincere believer, and just coming into like, oh,
I don't know. It sounds good, right? Hey, if you're not convicted in your spirit to change your life and change your ways, hey, I recommend that you don't partake of the Passover.
right. If you ain't repented fully yet,
Right.
you shed that old man, hey, and just keep the Sabbath.
You say it's better not even
Just-
to get involved.
right.
Just stay where you at.
Just stay, hey, because when you partake of that Passover, you are being beaten with many stripes if you're not worthy to take it.
Right.
All right.
Get into it.
If you're not rehearsing. All right. But we're gonna continue.
Yeah, this is Luke.
Oh, you got Luke.
14 and 28 says, For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he hath sufficient to finish it?
Right, you have to count that cost. See if you are sufficient to finish it. What will it take? What do you have to do? All right. Do you have to stop eating pork? Yes. Do you have to stop giving so much respect and care of this world? Yes. Right? Do you have to stop women worshiping? Yes. Do you have to cut your hair? Yes. You have to keep a beard? Yes. And these are small things.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Do you have to keep the testimony of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to the best of your ability? Yes. And believe upon all the testimony, not what just sounds good to you. All right? You have to be convinced and convicted in your own mind. All right?
That's that coming down in the fear.
Right. If you do not have that fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, then once again, it's suggested that you don't even partake.
Come.
All right, just still watch for your entertainment. All right, watch for you just learning right now. All right, and not being truly convinced, because once you rehearse the righteous acts and you try to rehearse it, all right, and you're not sincere even about the rehearsal, the portion that that you're watching videos on, and you try to partake of it. If you are not sincere, judgment may be passed on you. It's a very good chance. It might not happen today. It might not happen tomorrow. All right? But it will happen.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
And, counting your cost goes to that as being, to the extent of being ready to, having the mindset, having the mindset that you're willing, when we don't know until the time that it comes and the spirit that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua puts on us, but having the mindset that you could die for the truth.
Oh.
That's one of the ultimate costs. And once you overcome that, not overcome it, but once you come to peace with that, then that's one of the full
Once you come to the acceptance.
Right. The acceptance, and once you accept that, right, then now you fully counter the cost, because it comes with persecution, defamation of character, all right, hey, and everything else.
You lose family through it. You lose a lot.
Family, finances, friends.
Right, what does it say that you are to, and I'll grab it,
Right, because you have, but what does Yahweh Hashem Yahushai say as well? After the brother grabs it.
Because Romans 12:1, I beseech you, brethren, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that you present your bodies as a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service.
Right, your reasonable service. All right, this is reasonable. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that goes into Yahweh Shem Yahushai saying his yoke is not heavy. This is light. All right, but this is the least we could do for all that we are looking to receive. All right, for the gifts and the glory that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai had bestowed upon his nation, upon his men. Abaratazah, we be those men. All right, first and foremost, 144,000 elect men. All right, starting from King David. All right, all the way down.
I got one more. Going back a little bit to what we was talking about. Accepting. Everything. All the things about the truth. It says Matthew 11 and verse 6. It says, and blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in. Okay.
Right.
So, and if you're offended in one thing, you're offended in all things of the doctrine. And that they all come from that ordinance or the order of Yahweh. Starting first and foremost.
Hey, and know that Yahweh, hey, his ways are not your ways. Mm-hmm. His thoughts are not your thoughts. All right, but that's the point we're trying to get to. We're trying to get to the points where we can, see Yahweh Shem Yahushai's thoughts. His ways are our ways. All right, that's why we're rehearsing the righteous acts. All right, because hey, even though brothers from Apostle Tahar on down, all right, even though brothers continue, in the faith, and Apostle Tahar, Apostle Ramla, Apostle Rakah have been in the faith 30 plus years, all right, hey, they're still rehearsing and practicing the righteous acts. They're not perfect, all right? So they're still just men as well, all right? But they have continued in the faith. They have continued continuously, all right? From the men that we come in contact with. All right. Hey, all right, from the brothers of GMS and brothers, men of valor. All right, Gabarim of the Most High. All right. Hey, man, brothers is striving. Okay.
It's that being one accord with
right, trying to be on one accord with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, even though we fall short.
Okay. All right. Continue on.
Yep.
This is back in Luke 14 and 29. Less happily, after, I'm going to just read from 28 again to get the context. It says, for which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? Less happily, after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish.
Right. So, hey, when you fall out the truth, when you partake of a supper that wasn't made for you, and you fall out the truth, all right, you get laughed and scorned, all right, because you didn't count the cost, you didn't count what it took to serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, you ate that the bread and drank the wine unworthily. All right. You drink it as if you're in a Catholic church and you're going to Sunday Mass.
All right. Well, you're going to encounter everybody that you were trying to preach to.
God.
They're going to be like, oh, you already gave that up. Now you look like, you didn't know what you was doing. Or you make, seem, those non-believers is going to see, oh, yeah, see, we was right. All right. Now this is going to be even worse when the MOTB comes out.
Right.
And those brothers that are destined to take that, that were preaching against it, when they fall short of glory, Lord willing, it don't be any of us, Lord willing, the Most High keep the Spirit on us to continue and endure to the end, but that's when you're really going to be a laughing stock, not just to these people, but to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and the angels, man.
God, hey, and I said the whole communion thing, because what happens 9 times out of 10 when people go to those harlot houses? You can go to any church, apostolic church, Baptist church, Catholic church. You partake of the Christian church. You take some of that wine. You take some of the bread, and then the next day, the next hour, right? Next hour, you go and commit so many more sins.
Right.
All right. You did the mass, and then you took 7 Hail Marys after, right? You say 7 Hail Marys, light a couple of dozen candles. And hey, everything's good because you were just cleansed. All right? That's wicked. All right? It's wicked.
Right. Right. And knowing, pretty much knowing what you're doing this Passover for, that's the point we're trying to get at. Why are you partaking in this ceremony? With the scriptures say, let every man be convinced in his own mind, right. Persuaded in his own mind.
Yeah. You have to be fully persuaded through the will and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right? And that's the only way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Surah 21.
Yeah.
This is Ecclesiasticus 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, prepare thou soul for temptation.
Hey, if you come to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, prepare your soul for temptation. All right? Because the servant is not greater than the master. All right? And once again, partaking of this, partaking on the Passover, all right, and it is, hey, you saying, here I am. Hey, I'm signing up for duty. All right? Ready to enlist. I will fulfill my lot. All right? You're telling Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that you are ready to fulfill the lot in that you believe that you may be made for. All right? As a man of Israel. Because all of men of Israel will be priests and kings. Okay? But you're saying that you're ready at this time to do what it takes to be there, to rehearse those acts. That you don't want to wait for the work to be instilled in you and to be born again into the work naturally. All right? That you want to suffer on this side. That you want to stand for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai on this side, in this day, in this time.
In this moment, man.
Right? With the persecution. This is what you're signing up for. It's serious. All right? This is deadly serious.
It's the most serious thing in everything.
Right? Hey, it's a heavy spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai in the earth, right? Especially during Passover. All right? Especially during Passover. It's just that much more. Right? You're partaking of his blood and his body. All right? The symbolism of that. Did he not say, eat this bread as it is my body? And drink from this cup as it is my blood? So understand and realize the importance. Okay? Slovakia. 1 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. It says, examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith, prove your own selves, know ye not your own selves, how that Yahushua Hamashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates.
Hey, prove yourself. All right? You have to prove yourself. You don't want to be that man that didn't count the cost. You don't want to be that other man, right? Slocky. You don't want to be that other man who wasn't watching. all right, who didn't rehearse their righteous acts. You don't want to be those men. You don't want to be the man who's faint, who gets offended, all right, at doctrine. You want to be the man that is willing to put it all on the line for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right? Whether it be a husband, whether it be wife, son, all right? You being a husband, all right? You being a son, all right? You being an employee, doesn't matter what it is. No job is more important than the job that you're signing up for. No job. Hey, this comes with eternal benefits. All right, you have an eternal beneficial packet. if you give everything to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. He is willing to give you all things. All right? If you just, humble down. All right? And do the work in truth and sincerity.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you go, what is it? What they say, go all in for.
Right. This is all chips on the table. Pushed it all in.
They say not to have your eggs in one basket, but you're gonna win if you put all your eggs in
this basket. God.
At the end, all you're gonna have to take the low road, on this side, but it's a promise. It's a promise that we know. Yahweh Shah's word is bond.
Right.
I wanted to grab something before we move on.
God, and we know how expensive eggs are.
Right.
Right.
This is Luke 22 and verse 20, starting at 27. It says, "For whether is greater, he that sitteth at meat, or he that serveth, is not he that sitteth at meat, but I am among you as he that serveth. It says, ye are they which have continued with me in my temptations, and I appoint unto you a kingdom, as my Father hath appointed unto me." This was Yahweh Shai speaking to the 12, all right, at that Last Supper, all right, at the Passover, Yahweh Shai's Passover, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, ye, back in the 28th verse, it says, ye are they which have continued with me in my temptations. What does Yahweh Shai say? That you have to bear that cross, He that doesn't bear his cross, cannot be a disciple of mine.
God.
Or cannot be my disciple. Okay, so that Passover was, Yahweh Shai, making that
pact.
That pact with the 12, And let me read down one more. It says, that ye may eat and drink at my table in my kingdom, and sit on thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So that was the promise, but it came with that pact, So this is that same, contract or deal that we're entering in through the ministry.
God, hey, you may eat and drink at my table. All right.
And the 12's gonna have a higher position, of course, but it's it's right there,
Right.
King David said, he'd rather be
a doorman.
Yeah, holding the door open for the elect. All right, and I just want to be the guy that opens the door.
Right.
That's how the glory in being that, being a part of the
house,
elect.
the house of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Right.
It's glorious.
All right.
Oh, 1 Corinthians 11 and 27?
Yep.
Yeah, 27.
27.
It's 1 Corinthians 11 and 27. Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai unworthily should be guilty of the body and blood of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Right. So you'd be found guilty. all right, you will be found guilty. You do not pass go. You do not collect $200. All right, you go straight to jail. In this case, you go straight to hell. All right, not hell underneath the ground, fire and brimstone, pestilence. All right, ICBM.
Second death, man.
All right, that second death, that ICBM's tailor-made for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is where you go. This is the hell that comes upon you. Hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushai might bug you out to live your last days scattered brain. All right, for partaking a part of his supper unworthily and not counting the cost. Okay, go ahead.
Continuing, but let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup.
Right, examine yourself. Are you cut out for this? Is this a calling for you? Or is it you just want to be seen by men? Is it you just want to try to get the glory for yourself? Or is it you just trying to live up to what is a big thing that Israel comes in for? Jake's come in for. Hey, they believe in this multiple wives.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and is that your reasoning for coming in? All right, because that's not enough. It's not enough. All right, there is more to Yahweh Shem Yahushai than just sowing seed into a woman. It is first sowing the seed into your mind of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Okay.
The testimony. All right? Yahweh Shem Yahushai says, my tabernacle is of men. All right? You first and foremost have to be a man of Yahweh Shem Yahushai to even receive a woman. Let that sink in. All right?
That went over the head.
You got it to be able to receive that woman. That one love. That true love that never leaves you. That woman. All right, go ahead.
Continuing, for he that eateth and drinketh unworthily, eateth and drinketh damnation to himself, not deceiving the Yahweh Shem Yahushua's body.
God. So not deceiving. All right. Hey, you bring that upon yourself if you do not truly understand why you're getting into it. If you do not truly understand why you are coming to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai and what it takes, hey, it's better for you to not partake.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And you know who ate unworthily at Yahushua's Passover. You know, same person who betrayed him.
God.
You know, and you know what's the scripture we can pull real quick? In John. It's gonna be John. Huh?
I'm thinking Judas.
Yeah, John 6 and in verse 64 it says, but there are some of you that believe not. For Yahushua knew from the beginning who they were that believed not and who should betray him. And he said, therefore said I unto you that no man can come unto me except it were given unto him of my Father. You know, so that goes to show you who's in the truth, you know, and who, you know, wasn't meant to be in the truth, but Yahushua knows from the beginning who that is. You know, he just had to fulfill his prophecy, you know, you know. But, you know, he knew that, you know, Judas was going to be excommunicated kind of from his body, you know.
Hey, he even told them.
Right.
He told all of them, who's that will betray you? It is him whose hand is in the bowl. Roughly paraphrasing scripture. All right? Hey, think how powerful that is.
Right. Hey, but that betrayal came from, all right, not truly knowing.
God.
You know? So that he would have truly knew what it was about, all right, and believed it, all right, you wouldn't give up nothing, you know, for that.
Mm-hmm. God.
You know?
For shackles.
Right, for pennies on the dollar.
Right.
You know,
Talking about I'll buy that for $1.
pennies on the hundred.
Right. All right.
$100 bill. You know.
But y'all really got anything else?
No,
All right. Lord willing, this was edifying. We want to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching, preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, the men and women and children listen learning, and the Bayashat Dabadat, the house of David. To the next time, we say Shalom, Wa Abba, Kwam Yah Shemala.